All right, everybody, welcome back. And today we're going to do the world a favor and answer a question that people have been asking for the course of millennia. People have been asking this question saying, oh man, I really need an answer to this question so that I can live my life in peace. And so that's what we're going to answer today. And the question is this: what are the differences between Dior's Eau Sauvage Parfum 2012 versus the 2017 version? Yes, that question will be answered shortly. Okay, a little bit of background. These two bottles look the same, but they are not the same. They're slightly different. As you can see, one's bigger, one's smaller. Yes, I know that's just a size difference. It's not the difference that I'm talking about. The difference I'm talking about is in this one, the actual writing is in black. This one's in silver, and the collar and the top of this particular cap is silver as well, whereas this one is black. And I think if we take off the atomizer, and the color is black, and whereas this one is silver. Now, the black one is the 2012 and the silver one is the 2017. Now, they are both called Eau Sauvage Parfum by Christian Dior. This is the original. It got released in 2012. This bottle is from 2012, has been used a little bit, and then it got reformulated and re-released in 2017 like this. And this is a 2019 bottle. Okay, fairly fresh, but I have used a bit of it as well. I do like this scent. I do like both of these scents. I prefer, and I'll let you know what I prefer in a minute. Now, why is this a great question to answer? Because people start hyping the discontinued one up and saying, oh, it's the best, it was heaps better, because all reformulations are bad, remember?
All reformulations are bad.
That is the default position. This 2012 version, people loved it. People absolutely adored it. They thought, my God, this is such a departure from the regular Eau Sauvage that it's almost like a distant memory or a cousin 3 times removed from the original Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. And people went nuts over this. And once it got discontinued, they heralded it even higher and said it was the best thing ever, and that the new one lacked the strength, it didn't have the longevity, it didn't have the projection, it didn't have the character, blah, 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 blah. Same old story as with every sort of discontinued fragrance and then the thing, or reformulated fragrance, let's say. Okay, and of course, the bottles of the 2012 version started to go up in price as collectors started to seek them out, and it became ridiculous. There's people trying to sell used bottles of this 2012 version for upwards of $500. You're kidding me? You're going to pay more for this than you would like a Roja? Or you're gonna pay for more for this than you would an Amouage or something like that? Are you out of your mind? Is it that ingrained in you? No, it's not, because you didn't have that much time with it. Anyway, I rant. And there's a reason why it gets heralded so much, because it's great. It's really great. It is really great. I'm not disagreeing with anyone who says that this is a fantastic fragrance. I'm not, because I love this fragrance enough to actually buy this one at retail, at full retail. Smelled it and I went, yeah, this is worth it. I'm going to grab it. This one I've smelled, I've tested many, many times. I only got it recently so that I could eventually answer this question that's been gnawing on me as well. And I've said it in many of my previous videos that I prefer the 2017. Let's go into why. First of all, this one became so heralded and so popular in the community is because fragheads loved it. Fragheads loved it. Not your regular Dior customers, not your regular Eau Sauvage wearers. They're not the ones who heralded this as their second coming or something like that. Fragheads loved it. They loved it because of its darkness, because of its longevity, because of its sort of almost complexity. It is more like a niche fragrance from a designer house. That's what it is. And it was familiar, but yet a real departure from the regular Eau de Toilette of Eau Sauvage. Now, to have something this dark and this resinous and this long-lasting and this well-performing from a designer house, it's one of those anomalies, right? And so that's why this garnered great reviews from critics and They're critical reviews, not wearer reviews. If you could think about this like a movie review, like Rotten Tomatoes, where they have like the reviews and the score from the actual critics versus the ones from the actual moviegoers themselves, right? There's two different reviews. Some movies you'll get like a really high review from critics and a really low review from actual moviegoers, people, regular people, right? That's what this is. Not that it got low review from regular people, it's just that people who are into fragrances really, really love this one. I know and I understand. I'm into fragrances and I love this one too. Is it as wearable as this one? No, it's not. It's not as wearable as this one. Yes, you can wear it. You can make a case that you can wear anything. But in terms of average everyday person wearing it, this is the one. This is the one that you're going to wear. This is the one that you're going to reach for more because it's more appropriate in more situations. And therefore, this is the one that is more wearable in comparison because it's relative. The difference with the 2017 one is that it's got LME, and I love LME. And in this particular treatment of it, it's been given a more gingery kind of treatment where it's more bright and sparkly up the top, and it gives a more reminiscent smell of the original Eau Sauvage. The longevity is still there, the performance is still there, maybe not as great as this one, but in and of itself, it's more than acceptable. It's actually quite good. The development is also good as well because this dries down. It dries down to that LME, right? It dries down to that LME resin, which you can sort of smell all the way through, right? It's quite linear in that way, but the LME in and of itself, the gingery facets of it are at the top, but then the resinous facets of it are in the base. Whereas the 2012, it's got myrrh. It's myrrh heavy. I love myrrh. Myrrh is one of my favorite notes in fragrance, and it's a beast. It's a sort of darker sort of take on myrrh as well. And so it's a bit more resinous. It's less sparkly. It's less close to the original Eau Sauvage. This one, you can smell it and say, yes, this smells like Eau Sauvage, but it's Eau Sauvage with depth, with more complexity, the ability to wear it in winter and the ability for it to develop, and you can smell the development as well because it lasts for a very long time. That's what this is. This is the sweet spot. This is for the connoisseur. So, conclusion being that if you are in the market to get something like this, you don't have to, once you've read the reviews and things like that and gone, oh, well, then the 2012 must be the better one because they reformulated the juice, and obviously by default,
The reformulation is bad.
Don't believe it. Take this as the gospel truth because, when I talk, it's kind of like that, isn't it? So what I'm saying is you don't need to pay through the nose to get yourself a vintage 2012 bottle. You can easily pick one of these up at the current retail prices and enjoy it, wear it, like it, know it, all of the above. This has been a public service announcement, and you are welcome. And as always, thanks for watching.